Be too late. Be too late. Don't let it be too late. Be too late. Don't let it be too late.
I want to thank you for tuning in to the Voices of the True Israelites. For questions or comments, you can give us a call at 773-737-3539 or 773-469-8884. Give us an email at voicesof@gmail.com. And you can check us out on video by going to Google Video. Keyword is Voices of the True Israelites. And also we have class on Fridays at 6 p.m., Saturdays at 1 p.m. And let's go ahead and take it over to my guest here. Shalom, shalom. Brother Singleton. And we're going to go forth and get this show on the road. And what we have now is our big teacher, a big, powerful teacher. And I'm going to pass it over to Brother Wood.
Shalom, shalom, brothers.
Shalom, shalom.
Brother Kevin, shalom.
Shalom, shalom, brother.
Brother Singleton, shalom. Yeah, you're tuned in once again to the Voices of the True Israelites. And we are a Biblical Bible teaching class. Like the brother said, we have class on Friday starting at 6 p.m. Then we have a return class starting at Saturday at 1 p.m.
That's right.
We're going to jump on into a lesson here, and we're going to entitle it, Think It Not Strange is the title of this lesson.
All right.
Think It Not Strange. My name, once again, is Brother Woods, and we'd like to say to the viewing audience that we appreciate all your support and all your calls, and we've been flooded with calls, so we know you're tuned in and listen to what these Voices of the True Israelites have to say.
That's right.
So we hope you keep tuning in to these Voices of the True Israelites and keep calling us, keep ringing our phone. We're going to open this lesson with Brother Kevin. Let's run to Ecclesiastes right quick. Ecclesiastes chapter 8. And we're going to look at verses 1, 2, and 3. Drop down to 8. Then 11 through 13.
All right, Ecclesiastes chapter 8.
Yeah.
And that was verse
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3. Who is the wise man?
Yeah, who is the wise man?
And who knoweth the interpretation of a thing?
Uh-huh.
A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine.
So what is it that make a man stand out?
His wisdom.
His wisdom make him stand out. Go ahead.
And the boldness of his face shall be changed.
So when you get this understanding in your head, you're going to have a loud mouth, huh?
Boldness.
Go ahead, verse 2.
I counsel you to keep the king's commandments.
Now, I will give you that counsel too, to keep the king's commandment. Go ahead.
And that in regard of the oath of YHWH.
Uh-huh.
3. Be not hasty to go out of his sight.
Now, be not hasty to, you want to go do your own thing.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
Stand not in an evil thing.
And he say what?
Stand not in an evil thing.
And stand not in an evil thing. Go ahead.
For he doeth whatsoever pleaseth him.
So this one called YHWH, he do what?
Whatever pleases him.
Whatever pleases him. Let's run to Proverbs right quick. Proverbs chapter 19, Brother Singleton. We read, he said, keep the king's commandments.
That's right.
That's what we read.
That's right.
Let's see why we should fall in line with this statement. Let's look at Proverbs 19, verse 20 through 21, Singleton.
Verse 20 through 21.
Yeah.
19. Hear counsel and receive instruction.
Now this is the wisest man that ever lived, Brother Slow-Mo, Solomon.
That's right.
He say, hear counsel and see what? Receive what?
Instruction.
Instructions. Go ahead.
That they mayest be wise in thy latter end.
That thou mayest be wise in thy latter end. Go ahead.
There are many devices in a man's heart.
Yeah, man come up with all kind of things he put on the table. There's many devices in this man's heart. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, the counsel of YHWH shall stand.
So, but what's going to stand? Huh?
Counsel of YHWH.
The counsel of YHWH. That's what's going to stand. Brother Kevin, back to Ecclesiastes 8. Pick it up at verse 8. Ecclesiastes 8.
There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit.
He said, there's no man that has power over the spirit to retain the spirit. Go ahead.
Neither hath he power in the day of death.
Neither hath he power in the day of death. So this spirit he talking about is hooked up with some death, huh?
That's right.
Go ahead.
And there is no discharge in that war.
He says, so it ain't no, you can't argue with this thing. When he removed that breath from you, ain't no argument with that. Go ahead.
Neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it.
And this wickedness, that ain't going to deliver you. Drop down to 11.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
Now, because you ain't being hit upside the head every time you transgress against the brother's Torah instructions and laws, go ahead.
Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
So he said, what's in this man's mind is to do what?
To do evil.
To do evil. It comes as easy as looking on a lollipop. Go ahead.
12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times,
Yeah.
and his days be prolonged,
Uh-huh.
yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear
He
YHWH.
said it's going to be well with them that do what?
Fear YHWH.
So you got to have some shaking in the knees, huh?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Which fear before him.
13.
But it shall not be well with the wicked,
Uh-huh.
neither shall he prolong his days,
Neither shall he prolong his days. Go ahead.
which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before YHWH.
Because he fears not before YHWH. Let's run to Job 27 and let's pick up this spirit that he's talking about. Job Singleton 27. Let's look at verse number 3. Job 27, and we're going to read one verse. Verse number 3.
Job 27:3.
Yeah.
All the while my breath is in me,
All the while my breath is in me.
and the spirit of YHWH is in my nostrils.
So this spirit of YHWH that's coming through your nostrils is just that air you breathing, huh?
Right.
It's just that air you breathe. Let's run to Psalms, Brother Kevin. Psalms chapter 18.
Psalms 18.
We want to look at verses 5 through, make that 25 through 28.
18, 25 through 28. Read.
Yeah.
Psalm 18, I'm sorry. Psalm 18.
Psalms 18, verse 25 through 28, Brother Kevin.
And it says, with the merciful thou wilt show thyself merciful.
Yeah, with the merciful, this guy say he will show himself merciful. Go ahead.
With an upright man thou wilt show thyself upright.
And with the upright man, he will show himself upright. Go ahead.
With the pure thou wilt show thyself pure.
Uh-huh.
And with the forward thou wilt show thyself forward.
But you get a little forwardness, you know. You want to do it your way.
That's right.
The brother say he can be a little forward too.
That's right.
Go ahead, 27.
27. For thou wilt save the afflicted people,
Thou wilt save the afflicted people. Go ahead.
but will bring down high looks.
So this guy say he gonna bring down these
High looks.
proud looks. You know,
That's
you
right.
just walk around with your chest stuck out and all this kind of stuff.
That's right.
28.
For thou wilt light my candle,
Uh-huh.
and YHWH, my YHWH, will enlighten my darkness.
So if you want to come up out of this darkness, who gonna enlighten you?
YHWH.
YHWH. Let's run to the book of Luke. Right quick, Singleton. The book of Luke. because I heard something there that kind of triggered something with me. Let's write to Luke 24. Let's look at verse 44 and 45. Luke 24, 44 and 45.
Luke 24,
Yeah,
44. And he said unto them,
yeah.
These are the words which I spake unto you
Uh-huh.
while I was yet with you,
Yeah.
that all things must be fulfilled.
So this is YHWH the Son saying, these are the words I spoke unto you. This was after his hanging, after his death. Go ahead, brother.
Which were written in Torah of Moshe.
So he said the things I'm speaking to you is that what was written in the Torah of Moshe, which is the first 5 books that Moses wrote. Go ahead.
And in the prophets.
And what I'm bringing to you is what the prophets put on the table. Go ahead.
And in the Psalms.
Yeah.
Concerning me.
And it's concerning who?
Me.
45.
Then opened he their understanding,
Yeah.
that they might understand the scriptures.
So YHWH the Son, he gotta touch your head and open your understanding that you might understand this thing.
That's right.
Let's run to 1 Peter, Brother Kevin. We're going to look at chapter 4. In 1 Peter, the brother called Shimon, now called Peter.
All right.
We want to look at chapter 4. We're going to look at verses 10 through 12. 1 Peter, chapter 4. Let's look at verse 10 through 12.
As every man hath received the gift, even so minister the same one to another.
So if you get this thing, you received it.
Right?
I mean, you ain't no miracle worker.
That's right.
We just read, he got to give you this understanding.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
As good stewards of the manifold grace of YHWH.
So you got to be, what kind of steward over this word?
A
Did he
good
say something about good steward?
Been a good steward. That's right.
You got to be good steward over this word.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of YHWH.
Now, if you got something to put on the table, open the book, crack the book open,
Right.
and speak according to the oracles of YHWH.
Right.
Go ahead.
If any man minister, let him do it as the ability which YHWH giveth.
Now, if you're going to minister, if you're going to be a servant of this thing, do it according to your ability. That's all the man expects of you. Do it according to your ability. Go ahead.
That YHWH in all things may be glorified through YHWH the Son.
Because this thing is all about putting YHWH on the table.
That's right.
That's what it's all about.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
To whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Hallelujah.
Uh-huh.
12. Beloved, think not as strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you.
Now Shimon say, beloved, think not as strange concerning the fiery trial that's what? Which is. Now that's a affirmative statement, right?
It's going to happen.
He said, which is to try you. So arm yourself, brother. Go ahead.
As though some strange thing happened unto you.
Now, this ain't no strange thing happening unto you. Because he said this thing will try you.
That's
Let's
right.
run to Revelation, Brother Singleton. Revelation chapter 3. Revelation chapter 3. Let's look at verse 10 and verse 11. Let's read 10 through 12.
Revelation 3, 10 through 12.
Yeah.
Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
So he said you got to do what? Keep this word.
You got to keep it.
Go ahead.
Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
He said this thing is going to come upon how much of the world?
All the world.
All the world going to be put to the
Tried.
test by this brother, huh?
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
Behold, I come quickly.
Now he said, behold, I'm coming quickly. Go ahead.
Hold that fast which thou hast.
Now, how you hold on to this thing? How you say hold this?
Fast.
Fast. That means, hey, you can't let nobody come and steal it out from under you.
That's
You gotta
right.
hold it fast.
That's
with
right.
a strong grip.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
That no man take thy crown.
Let no man take thy crown. Verse 12.
Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my YHWH.
So you mean this ain't no smooth stroll down
No,
Lakeshore
sir.
Drive?
No,
Nope.
sir.
He said you got to do some overcoming. Go ahead.
And he shall go no more out.
Uh-huh.
And I will write upon him the name of my YHWH.
So he's going to write upon him the name of what?
My YHWH.
My YHWH. Go ahead.
And the name of the city of my YHWH.
Uh-huh.
Which is the new Israel.
Which is the new Israel.
Which cometh down out of heaven from my YHWH.
So it's going to do what? The city going to do
Come
what?
down.
Come down from heaven.
Now what going to happen to all these brothers and all these sisters that talking about taking them a flight somewhere?
You're going to miss it.
What's going to happen to them? Because the brothers say, this city is coming where? Coming
Down.
down from YHWH. Go ahead.
And I will write upon him my new name.
And he going to write upon him the name. Let's run to Revelation 21. Let's hit that one more time. Revelation 21, Brother Cabin. Let's look at verses 1, 2, and 3.
And I saw a new heaven and new earth.
Uh-huh.
For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away,
Yeah.
and there was no more sea.
And there was no more sea. Go ahead.
And I, John, saw the city, the holy city.
And Yachanan, John say, I saw the holy city. Go ahead.
That new Israel,
Uh-huh.
coming down from YHWH out of heaven.
It was doing what?
It was coming down.
And John say he was what kind of witness? What kind of witness was Yachanan? Was he an eyewitness?
He was the only witness, right?
He said, the Creator, let me see this thing.
That's
And
right.
it was what? Coming down.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
Prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
Yeah.
3, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold.
And he said he heard what kind of voice out of heaven?
He said a great voice.
A great voice out of heaven saying, what?
Behold,
Behold, go ahead.
the tabernacle of YHWH is with men.
So the tabernacle of YHWH is going to be with who?
Men.
So he going to come down here
He
with
gonna
this
come
old
down.
man, huh?
That's right.
Go ahead.
And he will dwell with them,
And he will dwell with them. Go ahead.
and they shall be his people.
And they shall be his people. Go ahead.
And YHWH himself shall be with them.
And YHWH himself shall be with them. Let's run to Psalms, Brother Singleton. Run to the book of Psalms and take another look at that. We got to hit it one more time. Out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses,
That's right.
let every thought be established.
sir.
Let's run to Psalms 132. Let's pick it up at verse 1 through 5.
132.
1 through 5. Then we're going to drop down to 11 through 14.
Psalms 132
Yeah.
and 1.
Uh-huh.
YHWH. Remember David and all his affliction.
Yeah.
How he sware unto YHWH
Go ahead.
and vowed unto the mighty YHWH of Israel.
The mighty YHWH of Israel. Go ahead.
Surely I will not come into the tabernacle of my house,
Yeah.
nor go up into my bed.
Now, David say that he ain't going to lay down his head.
Mm.
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
I will not give sleep to mine eyes,
Uh-huh.
or slumber to my eyelids.
Well, brother, these voices of true Israelites can understand about this good
Right.
sleep.
That's
The
right.
brothers been
For
doing
sure.
some heavy work
Hallelujah.
this weekend.
That's right.
Go
For
ahead,
sure.
brother.
until I found out a place for YHWH and habitation for the mighty YHWH of Israel.
So that we say, I need to find out where this brother going to habitate.
That's right.
I'm not going to lay down until I find out where you going to be. Drop down to 11.
11. The YHWH have sworn in truth unto Dawid.
Now he say YHWH swore in what?
Truth.
In truth. Go ahead.
He will not turn from it.
He would not turn from it. Hold that point. We're coming right back there, so stick your finger or something there. But, Brother Calvin, let's run to Titus. He said YHWH swore in truth. Let's see about this brother's word here. Let's run to Titus chapter 1, Brother Calvin.
All right.
Titus chapter 1. Let's look at verse number 2.
To Timothy, my dearly...
Titus, brother.
Oh,
Titus chapter 1. Titus chapter 1. Let's look at
right
that
there.
verse number 2.
Right there. Oh, there you go.
All right.
In hope of eternal life, which YHWH that cannot lie promised before the world began.
So in hope of this eternal life, that's what all we got going right now is a good hope, right?
That's right.
Ain't nobody got this eternal life going yet, is it?
That's right.
And he say which YHWH that cannot do what?
He can't lie.
So this guy, he can't lie.
That's right.
Let's hit it one more time. Let's run Brother Singleton. Hold that mark over there in some because we're coming back there. But let's run to the book of the Israelites, the book of Hebrews, chapter 6. And let's hit verse 18. The book of the Israelites, which they call Hebrews, chapter 6. Let's look at verse number 18.
Hebrews 6, 18.
Yeah. All right, brother.
That by two immutable things in which it was impossible for YHWH to lie.
It's what?
Impossible.
Impossible for YHWH to lie.
That's right.
So like we can hold to this Psalms 132, Brother Singer.
That's right.
We can hold and see what he say here.
That's right.
Let's pick it back up that 132:11.
Psalms 132:11.
Yeah.
YHWH have sworn in truth unto thy weed.
Now YHWH has sworn in truth to thy we. And we know this brother, it's impossible for him to lie.
That's
so
right.
let's see what he got to say here.
He will not turn from it.
He will not turn from it. Go ahead.
Of the fruit of thy body will I set upon thy throne.
He said, he talking to thy we. He said, the fruit of your body, I'm going to do what?
Set upon thy throne.
Hold that point, brother. We're coming back there. We're going to get through this Psalm 132. But, Brother Calvin, let's run to Romans right quick. Because we got to pull these points out. Romans chapter 1. Let's look at verse number 3.
Romans 1.
Well, let's read. Let's pick it up at verse 1. Let's read into this. Romans chapter 1, verse 1.
Saul, a servant of YHWH the anointed,
Yeah.
called to be an apostle,
Uh-huh.
separated unto the gospel of YHWH.
So Saul said he separated to the gospel of YHWH.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Which he had promised afore by his prophets in the Holy Scriptures.
So he said, Saul's pointing back to what?
The Holy Scriptures.
He's pointing back to the prophets in the Holy Scriptures.
That's right.
Well, I thought Saul was, Romans to Philemon.
That's right.
That's what I thought the brothers say. He's from Romans to Philemon, but this brother got his hand pointing towards his back, huh?
That's right.
Go ahead, 3.
Concerning his son, YHWH, our YHWH.
And this concerning who?
YHWH the son.
The son back there, what the prophet's talking about?
That's what.
We've been
that's
reading
right.
that all day. Go ahead.
Which was made of the seed of Dawid according to the flesh.
So we see, he said, your seed, I'm going to sit upon your throne.
That's right.
He was made of the seed of Dawid.
That's
he
right.
came through the lineage of David, which
That's right.
David was out of the lineage of the house of Yahudah. Back to that Psalm 132 and see if we can get through it this time. But we can't just let these points get away. Because we hear something saying You know, don't let that get away.
That's
All
right.
right, singer. Just,
Psalms 132:12.
yeah.
If thy children will keep my covenant
If thy children will keep my covenant, go ahead.
and my testimony,
And my testimony, go ahead.
that I shall teach them.
That he gonna do what?
He gonna teach you.
Teach them.
So this guy, you know, put some good teaching on these people. Go
Right.
ahead.
Their children shall also sit upon thy throne forevermore.
Now that's why these voices of the true Israelites is about this YHWH business, cause we want to sit on some of these thrones.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
For YHWH have chosen Israel.
He did what?
He chose Israel.
He chose Israel. Go ahead.
He have desired it for his habitation.
This is what he desired it for his habitation. Go ahead.
This is my rest forever.
Now the brother that put a plug on this. He said something like forever. What
Yeah.
do that mean? In anybody's language.
Forever.
Forever means forever, don't it?
That's what it means.
I ain't never been to that point. Have you?
No.
Viewing audience, have you been there?
No.
Go ahead, brother.
Here will I dwell,
He said, here will I dwell. Go ahead.
for I have desired it.
The brother said, this is my desire.
Mm.
Let's move on with this lesson, though. We kind of get off the track here because we got to take care of the business as it come forward. Let's run to Colossians, Brother Kevin. Run back there to Colossians, chapter 2. And we want to pick it up at verse number 18. Colossians chapter 2. Let's read verse 8. Then we're going to drop down to 18 through 23.
Colossians 2:8.
Yeah.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy.
Now he said, beware if at least any man spoil you through philosophy. You know, some good old round table going on. Go ahead.
In vain deceit,
And he said they got some deceit, but it ain't about what? Nothing. Go ahead.
after the traditions of men.
And it's all about what?
The traditions of men.
The traditions of men. Go ahead.
After the rudiments of the world,
He said, after the rudiments of the world. Go ahead.
and not after YHWH.
So the brother say, you're going to have some peoples coming to you, and what they going to put on the table, you ain't going to be able to read it nowhere.
Right.
That's what the brother's saying.
Right.
That's right.
That's right.
Drop down to 18.
18. Let no man beguile you of your reward.
Now he said, don't let no man beguile you of your reward. You better prove what putting on the table now.
Right.
Don't let no man beguile you of your reward. Go ahead.
In a voluntary humility.
Now you just gonna go along with it because it's, Reverend so-and-so.
That's right.
That's Reverend so-and-so said that.
Right.
And you just gonna take his word.
That's right.
You ain't gonna check it out for yourself, but hey, ain't this is your salvation on the line?
Sure
That's
is.
Go
right.
ahead, brother.
And worshiping of angels.
Uh-huh.
Intruding into those things which he have not seen.
Yeah,
He ain't even seen it.
He ain't seen nothing.
He ain't
Go
even
ahead.
That's right.
Vainly puffed up by his fleshly mind.
So he got something working on in his head that got him excited about some vain stuff.
There you
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
And not holding the head, from which all the body by joints and bands having nourishment ministered and knit together
Now we know who's our head, don't we?
YHWH.
YHWH is the head of this congregation of Israel. Go ahead.
And knit together increaseth with the increase of
And
YHWH.
once again, you got to increase with this increase of YHWH. That's the only way you're going to get it if he give you the increase. Go ahead.
Wherefore, if you be dead with YHWH from the rudiments of the world,
So you got to kind of get away from what's going on in this world.
yeah, you're right.
You got to get in a dark corner somewhere and open this book and say, YHWH, let me see something up in here. Go ahead.
Why, as though living in the world,
Uh-huh.
you are subject to ordinances.
Yeah.
Touch not,
The brother say, don't even touch it. Go ahead.
taste not,
He said, don't let it get sweet to you. Go ahead.
and handle not,
Go ahead now.
which all are to perish with.
Cause what this miserable man got working, it's going to do what?
Go to get perished.
It's going to perish. You know, like, it might look kind of good going on there because, you know, we know they got some things working out there today, and they
Big
look
time.
all good.
Right.
Look
But
good.
it's going to what?
Perish.
Perish. Go ahead.
With using
Uh-huh.
and after the commandments and doctrines of men.
After the commandments and doctrines of men. Go ahead.
23. Which things have indeed a show of wisdom in will worship.
Now, you know, if you ain't up in this book, you know, that thing can kind of, you know, entice you a little bit. Go ahead.
And humility.
Uh-huh.
And neglecting of the body.
Yeah.
Not in any honor to satisfy the flesh.
But it's only going to puff up
It's just going to puff up.
his flesh. And that vain mind.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean?
That's right.
Let's run to Philippians, brother. Brother Singleton. Philippians. Let's look at chapter 4 of Philippians.
Philippians 4.
Philippians chapter 4. Let's look at verse number 11 through 13.
Philippians 4,
Yeah.
11. Not that I speak in respect of want,
Yeah.
for I have learned, in whatsoever state I am,
Now, this is
there
Saul.
will be content.
Hold on, brother. Let me get my punch in here. This is Brother Saul. He talking to these Philippians.
That's right.
And we can read all over the map that these are the sons of who? These Philippians are the sons of who?
Japheth.
The sons of Japheth, now called Goyim, Gentiles,
That's right.
Indo-Europeans, Caucasian, whites. Read that 11 again.
Not that I speak in respect of want,
Yeah.
for I have learned, in whatsoever state I am,
Uh-huh.
therewith to be content.
So Saul said, I learned. Whatever, you know. Hey, you ain't got your $10 today.
That's
Hey,
right.
you keep your head in this book, you can have some peace of mind.
That's right.
That's how he got content, ain't it?
That's right.
By keeping his head in this book.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
I know both how to be abased
Yeah.
and I know how to be abound.
Now that's a heavy hit there. Cause you know some of us we get a little down, you know, some things start, you know, happening and we get all out of whack.
That's right.
And then you got some of us, the brother lifts us up a little bit and we just lose our mind over something. Abounding. Go ahead.
Everywhere and in all things,
Yeah.
I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry,
Yeah.
both to abound and to suffer need.
13.
I can do all things through YHWH, which strengthens me.
So Saul say, I can pull this thing off
Right.
long as I stay in what?
In His word.
In YHWH.
That's
and
right.
you get in YHWH by getting into his word. Let's run to Job, Brother Calvin. Job 34. But let's look at verse 19. Job 34. We're going to look at verse number 19. We're going to drop down 21 through 29. Job 34.
19. How much less to him that accepted not the persons of princes,
Uh-huh.
nor regardeth the rich more than the poor.
So this guy, he ain't no respecter of person. He don't regard the rich no more than the poor. Go ahead.
For they all are the work of his hands.
Because they all is what?
The work of his hands.
The work of his hands. Go ahead.
20,
21.
21.
Yeah.
For his eyes are upon the ways of man.
His eyes upon the ways of man. And now in another lesson we can show you, this ain't the lesson, but we can point out how his eyes are on the ways of man.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
And he see all his doings.
And he see what?
All his goings.
So don't nothing get past this, brother.
Though nothing.
Go ahead, brother.
For his eyes, there is no darkness, nor shadow of death,
Yeah.
where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves.
So you can't get up in a closet and think you can hide from
No,
this
sir.
guy. Go ahead.
But he will not lay upon man more than right.
So he's not going to lay on you more than what?
More than right.
More than right. Go ahead.
That he should enter into judgment with YHWH.
Now you're going to have to enter into the judgment with YHWH. So
That's
I
right.
behoove you to check out what he got on the table. Because we read over there in Proverbs that his counsel, that's what's going to stand.
That's right.
Ain't that right?
That's right.
Now let's run to 1 Samuel, Brother Singleton. 1 Samuel, chapter 2. And let's pick it up at verse number 6. 1 Samuel, chapter 2. And let's look at verse 6. 6 and
1
7.
Samuel 2,
Yeah.
chapter 6.
Uh-huh.
YHWH killeth.
You mean YHWH is the one to do some good killing?
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Go ahead.
And maketh alive.
And he the one make you alive? Go ahead.
He bringeth down to the grave
He bring down to the grave. Go ahead.
and bringeth up.
Uh-huh.
YHWH make poor.
He the one that make you poor.
That's right.
That's what he
I ain't
said.
got no jingle in my pocket. I about to talk to YHWH about that thing.
YHWH.
Go ahead.
And maketh rich.
So if you got your bank account going over, don't get pumped up now.
That's what I'm
That's
telling you.
YHWH hand is in this thing.
He bringeth low
Uh-huh.
and lifteth up.
He bring you low, and he lift you up. Let's run to Proverbs. Proverbs 24. Once again, you can, Brother Calvin, let's bring those phone numbers.
And that is,
And when we can be met at that Sabbath day meeting. Go ahead.
and you can, for any questions or comments, you can call us at 773-737-3539 or 773-469-8884. Back to you, brother.
Yeah, and we have our Bible classes on Friday at 6 p.m. And then we come back and do it all over again Saturday at 1 p.m. So if you need more information about making it to that class, call the numbers that the brother gave you. And we'd be glad to, bring you on into this thing so you can get some of this understanding from YHWH.
Right.
Let's run to Proverbs chapter 24, Brother Kevin. And we need to start making a check on that time right about now. Proverbs 24, let's look at verse number 7.
Proverbs 24:7. Wisdom is too high for a fool. He opened not his mouth in the gate.
So he say wisdom is
Too high for a fool.
too high for a fool. He what?
He opened his mouth in the gate.
No, Kevin, give me that one right, brother. He
He
opened what?
opened not his mouth in the gate.
Now, if you throw this book down on the table,
Right.
and these, round table brothers, all of a sudden you're going to notice that it's going to get kind of quiet.
That's
Right.
right.
And you're going to be, as they say, the light of the party.
That's right.
Verse 10.
Verse 10.
Yeah.
If thou faint in the day of adversity,
Now, but if y'all go out and put you in a position, you can take down some brothers, and you get weak in the knees, go ahead.
your strength is small.
He said your strength is what?
Small.
Small, go ahead.
If you forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death,
Now, if you forbear to deliver them
Mm.
that are what?
drawn unto death.
Hold that point there. Put a mark there. We're coming back. But
Wow.
let's run to Ezekiel right quick. Ezekiel chapter 3, Brother Singleton. Hold that point. We're coming back there. But we need to run and check out some things here. Because he said, if thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto thee death. Let's see about this thing. Ezekiel chapter 3, 17.
Ezekiel 3:17.
Yeah.
Son of man,
Uh-huh.
I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
Go ahead.
Therefore hear the word at my mouth.
Therefore, hear the word at my mouth. Now, how you going to do that?
That's right.
Hey, is he going to come into your dark room at night?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all going to have a tete-a-tete?
Open
Now
this
you
book.
got to get in this book,
Through
right?
this word.
That's what you got to do. Go ahead.
Right.
And give them warning from me.
So anytime you drop something on somebody, you got to bring it from the pages of this book.
Right.
Go ahead.
When I say unto the wicked,
Yeah.
thou shalt surely die,
Now he say, when I say to the wicked, not you, brother preacher,
That's right.
when YHWH drop something on the wicked. Go ahead.
and thou givest him not warning,
Now you done put you in a position. You know, they all around you.
That's
and
right.
you got your mouth closed, you know. You refuse to say anything. Go
That's
ahead.
right.
nor speakest to warn the wicked
Uh-huh.
from his wicked way,
Yeah.
to save his life,
Now to save his life. Go ahead.
the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity.
Now this wicked man, I'm going to take him out.
Oh.
He
quick.
going to die in his iniquity.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
But his blood will I require at thine hand.
But his blood, I'm going to require at your hand. So that's how important it is to learn this word and be ready to give an answer
That's right.
That's right.
according
Right.
to dropping this book down on the table.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
Yet if thou warn the wicked,
Yeah.
and he turn not from his wickedness,
Uh-huh.
nor from his wicked way,
Yeah.
he shall surely die in his iniquity.
Uh-huh.
But thou hast delivered thy soul.
Now, if you know the brother sitting right next to you, and you know he wanna hear something, you go on and share a little bit of this information with him, because that's the
Right.
position that YHWH done put these
sir.
voices of the true Israelite in
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
to take care of his.
Right.
Let's not say. Let's run and read that. Let's run to Romans chapter 3, brother Kevin. We're coming right back there. Let's read that. Let's run to Romans 3 and let's look at verse 1 and 2. Let's read what position he put this Israelite in.
It says, what advantage then hath the Israelite?
Now, the Israelite, they got an advantage. What is it?
Or what profit is there of the Israelite?
Or what profit of the Israelite? Go ahead.
Much every way.
It's Saul talking to these Romans. He say, these Israelites, much in every way. Go ahead.
Chiefly because unto them were committed the oracles of YHWH.
Chiefly because unto them was committed this word of YHWH, meaning they got what it takes to get the answer from YHWH. He gave
right.
it to who?
Right.
Israel.
Israel. He put it in the hand of Israel. Let's hit one more on that. Let's run to Psalms, Brother Singleton. Psalms 147. Let's look at verse number 19 and 20. Brother Calvin, you might have to flash me what time we got going on up in here or something.
I'll let you know.
All right, brother.
Psalm 147,
Yeah.
verse 19.
Uh-huh.
He showeth his word unto Israel,
Now, he showed his word to Israel. Go ahead.
his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
His statute and his judgments to Israel. Go ahead.
He have not dealt so with any nation.
He have not dealt so with any nation. Go ahead.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
And for his judgments, they have not known them.
Praise ye YHWH.
Hallelujah.
That's right.
Brother Calvin, let's run to Acts. Let's look at this thing a little bit more. Because he say he ain't dealt with nobody else other than this Israelite. That's what
right.
the book
Right.
say. ain't
That's
it?
what the book
Right.
says.
Let's run to Acts 14. And
14.
let's look at verse 16.
16, who in
Yeah.
time past suffered all nations to walk in their own ways.
So in time past, he let all other nations go for themselves.
That's
Ain't
right.
that what he say?
That's right.
Right.
Brother Singleton, let's run to Isaiah. Isaiah 51. Pick it up at verse 1.
Isaiah 51,
Yeah,
verse 1.
verse 1.
Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness,
Uh-huh.
ye that seek YHWH,
Ye that seek YHWH, go ahead.
look unto the rock,
Look unto the rock,
which
go ahead.
ye are hewn,
Which ye are hewn, go ahead.
and to the hole of the pit, whence ye are dead.
Uh-huh.
Look unto Abraham.
Look unto who?
Abraham, your father.
Look to Abraham, your father. Go ahead.
And unto Sarah that bare you.
And unto Sarah that bare you. Go ahead.
For I called him alone, and I blessed him and increased him.
So he said he called Abraham in what way? What way did he call him?
He called him alone.
He called him alone. Brother Cabin, let's run to Nehemiah. Nehemiah chapter 9. Let's pick it up at verse 7 through 9. Then we're going to drop down to 12 through 14. Nehemiah chapter 9. Once again, you're listening to Voices of the True Israelites. And like I say, if you want to get off into this thing and to increase in this knowledge, give us a call at the numbers. And we give you information how to get up into this class. One of the number one class in the nation. Nehemiah. You got that, Brother Cass?
Nehemiah 9.
Pull him out, singer.
7 through 9.
Go ahead.
Thou art YHWH.
Thou art YHWH. Go ahead.
Who didst choose Abram.
Which did choose Abram. Go ahead.
And broughtest him forth out of Ur the Chaldees.
And brought him forth out of Ur of the Chaldees. Go ahead.
And gave us him the name Abraham.
And so he gave him the name Abraham, huh?
That's right.
Go ahead.
And found us his heart faithful before thee.
And you saw his mind was, straight with you. Go
Right.
ahead.
And made us a covenant with him to give the land of Canaanites, the Hivites, the Amorites,
Yeah.
the Perizzites,
Uh-huh.
Jebusites, Girgashites, to give it, I say, to his seed, and hast performed thy words, for thou art righteous.
And to give it to who? To Abraham and to who? And to who?
His seed.
His seed. Now that's his descendants, ain't it?
That's right.
That's right.
His offspring.
That's right.
Verse 9.
And didst see the affliction of our fathers in Mizraim,
And did see the afflictions of our fathers in Mizraim. Now we can say, hey, he's seeing the affliction of us right here.
Right.
Is that right?
That's
Good
right.
said.
Go ahead, brother.
and heardest thy cry by the Red Sea.
Drop down to 12.
Moreover, thou leddest them in the day of the cloudy pillar,
Now, you led them in the day in a cloudy pillar. Go ahead.
and in the night by a pillar of fire,
And in the night by a pillar of fire. Go
to
ahead.
give them light in the way wherein they should go.
To do what?
Give them light in the way in which they shall go.
To give them light in the way wherein they should go. Go ahead.
Thou camest down also upon Mount Sinai,
Thou came down upon Mount Sinai
and spakest with them from heaven.
and did what?
Spakest with them from heaven,
And spake to them from heaven. Go ahead.
and gave them right judgments,
And you gave them right judgments. Go ahead.
and true laws,
And true laws. Go ahead.
good statutes,
Good statutes. Go
and
ahead.
commandments.
And commandments. Read on.
And madest known unto them thy holy Sabbath,
And you made known to them what?
thy holy
Holy
Sabbath.
Thy holy Sabbath. Hold that point right there. Let's see, what is this holy Sabbath he talking about? Let's write to Genesis, Brother Cabin. Genesis chapter 2, verse 3. Genesis 2. Let's see, what is this holy Sabbath? Genesis 2:3, Brother Cabin.
And YHWH blessed the seventh day.
Now, he blessed what day?
The seventh day.
The seventh day. Go ahead.
And sanctified it.
And he did what?
He sanctified it.
So, the holy Sabbath is which day?
The blessed day.
And what day is that?
The seventh day.
The seventh day. And the seventh day is when? From sundown on Friday to
That's right.
sundown on Saturday.
That's right.
The seventh day, ain't it?
That's right.
Right.
See what tell you. Back to Nehemiah 9. Let's pick it up to that 14 again.
14.
Yeah.
and madest known unto them thy holy Sabbath,
And made known unto them thy holy Sabbath. Go ahead.
and commandest them precepts,
Yeah.
statutes,
Uh-huh.
and Torah.
And Torah. Go ahead.
By them precepts, statutes, and Torah,
Yeah.
and by the hand of Moshe thy servant.
By the hand of Moshe, thy servant. Drop over to 20.
Thou gavest also thy good spirit to instruct them.
So he gave them his good spirit to instruct them, huh?
Right. And withheldest not thy manna from thy mouth,
Yeah.
and gavest them water for their thirst.
And gave them water for their thirst. Go ahead.
Yea, 40 years didst thou sustain them in the wilderness,
Uh-huh.
so that they lacked nothing.
They did what?
Lacked nothing
And they was where?
in the wilderness.
Well, you know, that's something for us to keep in our mind.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
We got to make our move. Because he said they like nothing. Go ahead, brother. Read a little bit more of that.
Their clothes waxed not old,
You mean they didn't have to change their garments? Go ahead.
and their feet swelled not.
They didn't even have no good sickness going on. Go ahead.
Moreover, thou gavest them kingdoms and nations.
I gave them what?
Kingdoms and nations.
and
You
nations.
mean this voice of those children I had some kingdoms and some nations going on? Yeah, go ahead.
And didst divide them into corners.
Uh-huh.
So they possessed the land of Shion, and the land of the king of Heshbon.
That's good, brother. That's good. Brother Calvin, let's run. We got a few more minutes before we close this out. But let's run to Acts right quick and see if we can hit some good hits before we close this out.
All right.
Acts chapter 14.
All right.
Let's look at verse 19 through 22.
And there came thither certain Israelites from Antioch and Iconium,
Yeah.
who persuaded the people, and having stoned Saul,
Now they did what to Saul?
they stoned the brother.
They had Saul up in the corner, put some licks upside his head.
That's
Well,
right.
we can attest to some stuff like that,
You
can't
know about that?
Yeah.
They want to drive us in the corner and throw some good haymakers upside our head.
That's right.
Go
They sure
ahead,
do.
brother.
Drew him out of the city,
Yeah.
supposing he was dead.
Uh-huh.
Howbeit, as the disciples stood around about him,
Yeah.
he rose up and came into the city. And the next day he departed with Barnabas to Derbe.
Saul just got up and shook the dust off his feet and got to moving on because he know what YHWH did to him.
That's right.
21.
And when they had preached the gospel to that city,
And they was doing what?
they was preaching the gospel.
And where you gonna find the gospel at? In your head somewhere? No, brother. It's in the pages of this book. Go ahead.
And had taught many.
And they
They-
did some good teaching.
That's
That's
right.
what they were doing. Go
That's-
ahead.
They returned again to Lystra
Uh-huh.
and to Iconium and to Antioch,
Yeah.
confirming the souls of the disciples
Confirming the souls of the disciples. Go
and,
ahead.
and exhorting them to continue in the faith.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. Exhort one
That's right.
another
Right.
to continue in this thing. Go ahead.
And that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of YHWH.
And it's going to be through what kind?
Tribulation, much of it.
Much tribulation, he say.
That's right.
Ain't that what he say?
That's right. That's right.
Let's run to the prophet Jeremiah. Let's take a look at this thing. This much tribulation he talking about. Let's sing it to him. Meet me over there in Jeremiah chapter 30. Let's run over there to Jeremiah chapter 30.
Yes, sir.
And
Jeremiah 30,
we're going to pick it up at verse number 6.
verse 6.
Uh-huh.
Ask ye now, and see whether a man doeth travail with child.
He said, ask ye me now, and see whether a man travail with child. Now, hey, I ain't never heard nothing
Me
like
either.
that. Go
That's
ahead.
right.
Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins,
Yeah.
as a woman in travail.
Now, he's saying, wherefore do I see every man
That's
with
right.
his hands on his loins?
That's right.
Like a woman in travail. You mean this thing, the pressure going to be that tight?
It's going to be that tight.
Oh, yeah, the pressure
Rough.
going to get tight. Go ahead.
And all faces are turned into paleness.
Now, you mean These dog faces got some paleness going on.
Hey,
Go ahead, brother.
Alas,
Alas,
for
go
that
ahead.
day is great,
But that day is great.
so that none is like it.
It ain't going to be none you can compare this to. Go ahead.
It is even the time of Israel's trouble.
It's the time of whose trouble?
Israel.
trouble.
Israel's trouble. Go ahead.
But he shall be saved out of it.
Now, you know Israel, the one you call Negro.
That's
you
right.
know?
That's right.
African Americans.
Right.
We're
Right.
talking about, let's read that, hold that point. Let's run to Lamentation, Brother Calvin, and give it to me real good. Lamentation 4, 2, and 8. Give it to me real good, Brother Calvin.
Lamentations. Right.
Let's see what these Israelites look at. They're going to be delivered out of this trouble.
All right. 4:12.
Yeah.
4:12.
No, 4, 2.
4:2.
2 and 8, brother.
2 and 8.
Give it to me good now.
The precious sons of Israel,
The precious sons of Israel. What about them?
comparable to fine gold.
Drop down to 8.
8. Their visage is blacker than a coal.
Now their face is what?
Their face is blacker than a coal.
Their face is blacker than the coal. We're going to have to leave you with that, and we're going to throw it back up to the host, Brother Cass.
All right.
Right.
Another powerful, powerful show. Another powerful, powerful lesson by this powerful brother, this teacher that we have, Brother Wood. And if you have any questions or comments, you can give us a call at 773-737-3539 or 773-469-8884. And to all, we say, Shalom.
Shalom.